Hello everybody, you're watching Real Russia, the deepest insight into the real Russian life with no fake, no BS. My name is Sergey Baklykov, and behind this little black box with the glass, nobody, can you hear me? They're nobody but my lovely lady Albina Baklykova, and now together with her we are standing right near the construction of this residential building, and we are standing here because in this video I'm going to tell you more about the investments into the real estate in our country. Actually, I'm making this episode due to your numerous requests about the investments in Russia and in investments into the real estate. So let's start it. You know, most of Russians, at least those Russians that I know, prefer to invest in flats in such a multi-flat residential buildings like this. Why? That's because at least in the cities, most of Russians are living in flats, not in separate houses. And so, for this reason, the flats is easy to buy and easy to sell. There's just more ask for the flats in Russia, in the Russian cities, in cities like Ufa. We are now in Ufa, if you remember, the capital of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia. And actually, smart Russians, before to invest into the real estate, at first searching for the real estate market, and they are trying to understand which construction companies are reliable, the companies that have a huge background, that have a lot of completed, finished square meters, and starting to work with them. Next thing is to try to buy the flat on a so-called stage of foundation. The stage of foundation is when there's nothing yet, but the construction works are started. The tractor is riding there, and so because that's where you can get the lowest possible price for the flat. Let's say this residential building started to be built in the middle of 2012 year, and at that time the price for the square meter was 1,100 American dollars. So actually the smallest apartment here, which is 45 square meters, one room apartment, you could buy for 49,000 American dollars. Then later in a year, when we could see already maybe a half of this building, the price already was about 1,350 American dollars. And so if you will buy on this stage, it could cost you already about 60,000 American dollars. And now we filmed this in September 2014. You see, the building is almost completed. Look at this, almost completed. Mostly there now just an internal works are going, and so this building will be finished already in about 3-4 months from now, actually in the beginning of 2015. And when it will be done, the price will be for the square meter will be already about $1,550, and it will be possible to sell 45 square meters apartment for about 70,000 of American dollars. And so this way, people who purchased the apartment here on the stage of foundation, if will sell right after it will be completed, can net about 21,000 American dollars. And another important thing is to make your price lower is to buy an apartments which will be completed in so-called black maintenance. Well, I'm not sure why maintenance, because no maintenance at all, and I'm not sure why black, but literally that's how we call it in Russian language, black maintenance. Not sure why black, because everything is gray there. They're just a big cement box. There's nothing, no room doors, no floor, no levels, walls, no ceilings, and so and you know, it's important to sell an apartment as soon as you will get a certificate of your of the property, that you own this property, because actually that's where the stage, the period of the fastest growing is stops, and your apartment grows just together with market, and it's way slower than when you buy it on a stage of foundation and just waiting when it will be constructed, you know. So that's why it's important to sell as soon as it will be completed, and to reinvest again. And the margin that you will get for this, let's say $21,000, you can use just for your needs, because it will be something like free money. And you can ask me how I can buy an apartment on a stage of foundation, which documents. There are actually two ways to buy an apartment on a stage of foundation. The first way is to buy it by the co-investment agreement, or the contract of participation in a share construction or joint construction. So that's it. Well, actually, that's all the main things I could tell you shortly in this video about how most of Russians prefer to invest in a flats. And now, finally, just in the end of this video, we'll get inside of this building and we'll see one of those cement box apartments I was talking to you about. Let's go. We've got inside of the building and going to one of those apartments I was talking about. Well, you see, the construction is still going here. A lot of trash. And here you can also to see what's the size of the wall in this building. You see? Okay, here is the electricity. It's very dangerous, I guess. So we go very carefully. The crane is working. The crane, look at this. And something here, I don't know what is this, but I guess for cement. That's where the elevator will be. Finally getting inside of one of those 45 square meters, one-room apartments in this building. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is what we call the black maintained flats in Russia. Actually, no maintenance and no black, as I said, just a big cement box. Look at these floors, that's cement. Look at these walls, that's cement, and they are even not leveled. And the ceiling is gray, absolutely cementy as well. And now let's make a quick review of this apartment. This is a street door. When we enter here, we can see just a corridor. Look at this, the corridor. And next to corridor, that's the kitchen. Look at this kitchen, a kitchen with the balcony. Actually here, two balconies, but they are united together. And the only one living room here, because it's one-room apartment. Look at this, just a living room with the balcony. And here, no light there unfortunately, but that's the bathroom with the toilet. So that's 45 square meters, one room apartment. And as I said, in the middle of 2012, you could buy this on a stage of foundation for $49,000 American dollars. In a year after the construction began, already for about $60,000 American dollars. And in about 4 months from now, when the building will be completed, the price will be about 70,000 square American dollars. So that's it. And that was another episode of Real Russia, of the deepest insight into the real Russian life, into the real Russian investments, with no fake and no BS. My name is Sergey Baklykov, behind the camera, my lovely lady Albina Baklykova. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Really, hit that button. It's not so hard. Subscribe. Real Russia. See you.